The difficulty is getting him on the GOP ticket. So that's why I was urging independents and Democrats that would like to see a combat for the presidency that isn't just between mainstream men. Make sure that Ron Paul gets on the GOP ticket and do what they have to do in their state to make that happen.
Well, it's certainly more than a shot across the bow of the globalist social engineers that Ron Paul, despite all their firepower, all their dirty tricks, everything
right
in the book and some that aren't in the book being thrown at him, that he's gaining momentum and would undoubtedly be the nominee if it wasn't for election fraud. It's just amazing. It's bluerepublicans.org. And again, you're another testament to what people can do by getting active. Briefly, tell folks your story. You're coining terms. Your articles are being read by millions of people. Folks are taking your articles and turning them into professional videos. I mean, it's another testament to what individuals can do when they have right on their side.
Yeah, if you've got right on your side and you really care about it, you have a lot of passion. And, I'm just one of many. I'm doing what I can do. But the amazing thing about the Ron Paul nation, the Ron Paul movement, is just this synergy. People put something out there and then somebody else who cares about liberty, who cares about this man winning the presidency, calls them up and says, okay, I can do this. I can see you can do that. What can we do together? And I've actually written an article about that too. I wrote one called "The Free Market for Marketing Freedom." How people come together like this, and it's a kind of a live and let live campaign where people try things, and within the campaign, it's like a free market. It's not pushed down from the campaign Politburo. People who just care get together. This is unprecedented. It's unprecedented, I would say, in American politics and probably in global politics. This just groundswell of passion and synergy. So I'm humbled to be a part of it, and I'm delighted to have met the people that I've met, through the work that I've done and they've done. So I think anything could happen here. And a point that you made earlier, Alex, I want to agree with and emphasize it. Whatever happens in this presidential election, because of the work that we've done, not just the Blue Republicans, but all the people who love liberty in this country, we've changed the course of U.S. politics. So whatever happens, we just have to keep true to this. We have to keep this enthusiasm, keep this passion, to make sure that the liberty strain in American politics keeps growing until it drowns out the Republican nonsense that we've been suffering from for many decades.
And it can certainly do that if we just keep carrying that flag. The question is, how long will it take? How bad will things have to get? Because when you've got the truth, common sense, true liberty through a real free market, all those ideas are so much better, light years better than authoritarian centralization. And the idea of grassroots liberty and a free market of ideas, true diversity, that scares the establishment right and left. I mean, it sends chills of fear down their spine. In 2006, and then again in 2008, and then again in 2010, we have sources inside Bilderberg, and they were scared to death of Ron Paul then, and not because they were even concerned early on in 2006 and 2007 that he could win at that time. They were scared. They said it's what the youth are into. They're discovering an alternative. They're learning about crony capitalism. It's not just a left-right, rich against poor. It's no, you've got the working class, the middle class, the nouveau riche, the rich that actually made their money fairly, and then the ruling class, mega rich, who stole it in combines with government. Once that game changer, once reality enters the discussion, now everything makes sense. Now you understand. And that's what Ron Paul's been talking about. So you're right. This is coffin nails to these globalists. This is something that is growing, and they're scared to death. And they're trying to censor the web. They're trying to say, we'll arrest whoever we want. Homeland Security documents came out yesterday where they admit it's not about terror. It's about controlling people. And they're going to have feds on every street corner and try to break our will. I mean, it is 1984 versus the spirit of liberty, a new renaissance. And as long as we stand up for that spirit of 1776, it's over.
Let's hope so. That's all we can do. And once we get to critical mass, we will just be too big and too difficult to control. So, the Ron Paul movement is, in some ways, just the most American thing there is, because it's all of those things. It's energy, it's individual passion, and it's saying to those above us, you don't get to control us. It's a very American movement indeed.
Robin Kerner, in closing, what can people do if they're independents or Democrats out there right now? I mean, I know your video talks about it, your site talks about it, but I mean, just fire it out there. Call to action. What do people do?
Well, yeah, sure. Please, first of all, do go to bluerepublican.org. Check what you need to do in your state to see if you have to register Republican to be able to vote in the GOP primary or caucus in your state. That's really important. We have an amazing Facebook community of 10,000 people, just Blue Republican in Facebook. And, please go to Huffington Post, maybe Google my name, look at the articles that I've written. Think about some of the things I've written there, which hopefully will get your head out of this left-right paradigm, and maybe you can use them on some of your friends and family.
By the way, I do see a terrorist document behind you. You might get picked up by Homeland Security for that.
A terrorist document behind me? Oh, yeah, that's true. Yes, this is where I like to do my Skype videos.
I mean, I think there's a John Hancock up there in the corner. That's the Constitution.
That is the Constitution, and that's one of the most exciting reasons I wanted to come to this country.
That's almost as scary as Ron Paul. Oh.
I am.
The rabble wants their freedom. All right, hey, you're awesome. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it very much.
Wow, what a great guy. Hopefully we'll talk to you again soon. Well, another person taking action, and I apologize if there's children watching that we had a Constitution in the background. And, of course, I'm being sarcastic, but actually I have videos of police pulling people over where they find a Constitution and start hyperventilating like they found a dead baby or something. I mean, it's so crazy that the tyrant supporters out there have had to just get so ridiculous in their attacks on freedom to where they now just expose themselves as the cartoonish characters that they are. Great job to the crew. Great job earlier with the Nightly News and all the great info they compiled. And great job to all of you that make InfoWars Nightly News possible. We got a 15-day free trial going right now at prisonplanet.tv and InfoWarsNews.com. If you're out there watching on the web, please continue to support this truly alternative press that is reaching millions of people. You know, the members see it first every night, 7 o'clock, with all the films and the rest of it that are on prisonplanet.tv. But then over the next few days on YouTube and everywhere else, millions of people watch the show every week, and it's growing by leaps and bounds. We're entering our 6th month coming up in a few weeks of InfoWars Nightly News. I'm Alex Jones signing off. Until next time.